it's me again, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing the book review for Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This is the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, and I love this series so much. Okay, so let's read the back before we jump into everything. Some secrets are too deadly to tell. Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi Singh, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. Though the podcast went viral, Pip insists that her sleuthing days are behind her. But when someone she knows goes missing and the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. After all, Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell, and Sal Singh. It has to be more than coincidence. Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way, and this time everyone is listening. Will she find Jamie before it's too late? I absolutely love this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. My favorite characters in this were Ravi, Pip, and Connor. And then my least favorites were their friends, Lauren and Anthony, and I'll get more into that. So, as it said in the back, it's now it's a couple months after everything got wrapped up in the first book, Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And Ravi and Pip are doing their podcast, which is called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it's gaining a lot of attention because it's also the trial of Max because of what he did to Becca Bell and what he did to Nancy. So a lot of people are tuning in. She's becoming very popular, but then she's also getting these messages, which is a clue to what's going to happen in the third and final book, which I should have seen coming. I did tab this up, like if you could see. There we go. I tabbed it up. I absolutely freaking adored this book. So on the anniversary of it, like it's labeled, it goes like this. Like it starts, let's see. Like the chapter headings are like this, like Saturday. And this book takes like a span within 5 days. So at the anniversary, now would it be improved that Sal Singh didn't kill Andy? His family's not invited. So Pip is over to the side with her friends with Connor and her brother Jamie, and she sees Jamie. She says hi to him, and then she sees him look at someone, and he's like, "You're not supposed to be here." She doesn't think anything of it, and then the next day is when she gets the call that he has gone missing. Apparently he has run away before, so the cops are like, maybe he's just done that again, maybe he'll come back. So they don't put nothing of it. But his mom and his brother Connor are like, please, like something's wrong. We know this time he's been doing so good, he's been working, something has happened, like we know he's missing. So that, and she did not want to get dragged back into it because she didn't want to what had happened in the first book to happen again. So she starts the podcast up. She asks everyone who sees it, and then their friends Lauren and Anthony come into play. They're together, so they're like in love, whatever. They don't believe what's going on is true. They're like, oh, your brother faked this, like you guys are doing this for attention. And something in Pip snaps because she still has PTSD from what happened in the first book, and she's not getting help at all. And it doesn't help with this book what happens. So she snaps and she basically tries to choke them. Let's see what I wrote in my notes. So we get introduced to a character in the first book called Stanley, and he is a big part in this because we see him a lot of times. Like be mentioned. And it turns out Stanley is a fake name. He was the child of a murderer who would help lure his children away. And he's basically the reason Jamie goes missing because he took Jamie because Jamie was trying to kill him for someone else. That plot twist had me so shook. Like I'm holding my book just going, oh my god, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. So we get text messages in this as well, which I loved. The reason Jamie got snapped into it was because he got catfished by the person looking for Stanley, because he thought that Jamie was this kid. It was so much. So let's see. So catfishing was brought up into this. The person that Jamie saw was a high schooler that Pip and like all the friends go to school with, but the person was using her face and just altered the pictures. So the fact that they brought up catfishing in this, which is still something that for some reason still happens to this day, blew my mind, and I like really enjoyed it because it is something that happens in this day. When Pip but everything together about what was going on, who was the people that was doing everything. And of course, Pip, being Pip, she still wants to be there when everything happens. So she is there when Stanley gets shot. And it was so heartbreaking to like read her reaction, because I could just imagine like seeing it like a movie, what she's going through. And she's trying to save them. The house is on fire. She's trying to pull them all out. And she's doing like chest compressions. She's trying to hold the blood in as well. And it was so heartbreaking because she's only like 17 years old. She's trying to prepare for college. She started this all off as a senior thesis, not thinking that anything would really come from this. And to see her go through this, it broke my heart for her. Like, I felt so bad for her. I did not know, like, I wanted to like reach into this book and hug her. So when the news came out of who Stanley was, the entire town, of course, because it's a small town, turned their back on him, and no one wanted to throw him a funeral. They just wanted to bury him in an unknown grave. Pip didn't want to do that. Pip's like, he still deserves. He was a child. He did not know what he was doing. She threw him a funeral. So many people came and was bashing her. And they were like, how could you do this? How could you throw a funeral for this person? And she snapped at them. So I'm so proud that her, as a 17-year-old girl, because I can't imagine myself when I was 17, like 6 years ago. Wow, 6 years ago. 6 years ago doing that. I really would have just cried my eyes out. Pip grew so much in this. She knew she was going to get attached to the case. She knew something was going to happen. And yet she still did it because she wanted to put her friends first, and she knew something was wrong. I absolutely love this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book, you guys have to wait for that one. So that's all for this little rambly review of A Good Girl's Guide to Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. If you guys haven't read this, do it. Like, the quotes, immaculate. The friendship, the relationships, immaculate. The suspense, immaculate. I absolutely love the series. I believe in here 2 videos you guys should go check out. I try to post twice a week sometimes, and hopefully I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye guys.